Hello everybody, welcome back to Blueprints. I can't really remember where we left off yesterday, or whenever we played last, because I think I'm now the closest to being up to date with the recordings and the publishing since I started this whole endeavor. I think I've got like 3 or 4 episodes in the bank, but what I have done since is I've found a video where Realm and Rune was in play, and I've gone back and screen capped all of the information from Realm and Rune. So we have that now, which is obviously good, because I think what I need to do for a while is I need to go and take much more meticulous notes about what's going on in some of these places in the world, because some of it I think is going to be more important than I've led myself to believe, and that's going to be a problem in the long term. So let's get my face off of that. Let's get our allowance. So this is fine. These are still smashed. They're just going to be smashed forever, apparently, which is interesting. It's the same animation on both sides, and there's nothing else to pick up or collect in those. I'm not entirely sure which 2 people these are. They're not the Count, because I would recognize the Count. There's the holly above the door, which I don't believe we can interact with. Or these things. And I risk finding secrets if I'm looking for them in a manner that means I've then not solved the thing in the way it was intended. Only 3 more for the complete Explorer's Trophy, which is interesting. If we go to here, we can see... I don't know what room 8 is. That's some kind of mystery. Those are done, those are done, these are done. Those are done, those are done. Those are done, these are done, those are done. There must be a couple more studio editions, I think. We found these. We know those. So, not sure what to make of that either. So, let's go and find... In my Blueprints notes, I have a people. Family/politics. Did I put all of the... Oh no, it would have been in... What's the name of the room? Rooms. And it'd be one with notes. The foyer. So, we've got a chap with a big full way round handlebar mustache. That looks like it's going to be... we lost it. Where did you go? Baron Thomas Sinclair on one side. And... Is that Mr. Key? No. Bow tie. Who's got a bow tie? So it's Epson and Sinclair here in the foyer. Am I going to write that down? I am. So get ready for a lot more note-taking. Do I have one for entrance hall? Yeah. Entrance hall. Statues of... and I've already forgotten their names, because I'm really good at this. Epson and Sinclair. So... I think there's nothing else for us in this. There's a picture of a view, but I don't think that has any information. We've already done the 2 playing cards. The geometry around the window I don't think is pertinent, but I've been wrong before. So let's go to our outside room. And yeah, so this episode might not be one, like, 2 or 3 hour long day. It might be I cut it up into a few different things. We could do schoolhouses today. There's going to be lots of, like, geography and stuff for me to note. I don't see anything for me... Oh, there's a sledgehammer. I was about to say, I don't see anything for me on that desk, but a sledgehammer is definitely worth having. The gas is on. And this was a speech in the closing address. Is this just called Schoolhouse? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Schoolhouse. Right. Lady Epson hosted. Mrs. Peterson was the future principal. Last day I wish to thank the students who have been here. Bestow sincerely time here meant the world. I don't know if all of this stuff matters. Lady Epson was guest at retirement address. And Mrs. Peterson is future principal and reluctant successor. That's fine. Future principal. I swear, I type so much worse when I've got the microphone between me and the keyboard. Even though I don't often look down at the keyboard, just because I can't see it means that I feel like I get to the keys I want less frequently. Okay, remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. Mrs. Peterson's... oh god. Gift, question mark. Alright, that's fine. I might need different pages for all of the different schoolhouse stuff. I'm really curious about the bird baths, because there's a few of them around the property, and they feel too specific to be random. But I don't know what else to think about that. Because they don't have any markings. There's nothing else out this way. I'm just trying to be extra cognizant of things I might have missed. Like, there's a bell tower up there. I've never been to a bell tower before. I've been to a clock tower, but I've never been to a bell tower before, you know? This is just as I've left it before. I don't have a security key card to go up the elevator at the front. There is another bird bath. That is Black Grotto. I don't think there's anything fresh and new for me over there just yet. We've already spent 6 steps. There's another bird bath. This one's surrounded by flowers. Not that I have a shovel to dig in all of these random places if I wanted to, you know? I don't think we need to go in the cave. I will go check out the apple orchard again. There's another bird bath, this time on an octagonal pedestal. We've got these things, which we know heat the trees or keep the soil warm. There's a sundial. Doesn't tell the time. Doesn't say 1:30 like all the other sundials do. Is this... okay, here's a question. That shadow is being cast from here. All the other shadows are being cast in a different direction. What do I take that to mean? I have no idea. Like, this tree and like the actual thing itself is being cast that way, which means this shadow should be pointing to there, but it's pointing to here instead. I don't know what to make of that. Let me make a page. New page. Orchard. Can I have my orchard page, please? I've got too many pages here. This is a hot mess. Oh, stop. Orchard. What was it called? Sundial. Shadow. In wrong orientation. That's spelled incorrectly. No, it's not. And then in here, we've got gardening books. This is one of those things that the gems sit on in the various safes, which is interesting. Gardener's logbook. First came to the estate capacity of groundkeeper, so Robert Nogula is the new groundskeeper. We have a people tab, don't we? No, sheet music, classroom, sigil, family/politics, rooms, gallery, new clue, underground chess mystery, clock tower, books. I guess I don't have just a people thing. I should probably do that. This is A, this is O. We need to check security as well. There's so many things. No, it appears I do not have just a regular old people page. Do I care about that much more from what the thing about the garden is that they're always here. This is one of the angels from the thing. Can I get back to my orchard page, please? Image of an angel named Raina the gardener. Pretty good considering I've only seen the depiction in the chapel. Alright. What's my chapel called? What's my green rooms? Cloister of Vera, and they have the sweep brush. Angel named Vera? Via? Sweeps brush. I wonder if I can go back to the video I upgraded that on and see what 3 options I was presented. I have no idea. Alright, well, we didn't note down the guy's name. That's fine. This is still a dug-up hole. Alright, time to slowly and meticulously start going through rooms in the house. I'd love like a great big bird's eye view of the whole area. Also, that top of there looks like the Mount St. Holly image, which probably is why you would give it that name, but I hadn't ever stopped to look at the horizon that much to notice. Alright, let's actually draft a room after 13 minutes. We have extra classrooms in the pool today, so... 2 extra gems would be good for doing classroom drafts. But I would really like to look at the stamps if I can get a magnifying glass. Let's order a book. What book? Let's do the history of Orinda 1st edition. We can carefully pick through that. Do we do our first classroom, or am I gonna stop right now and do gallery? I'm not, am I? Okay, Lucky Rabbit's Foot is something. Colouring sheets. We've seen these symbols before. They got 9 out of 12. Can I identify the wrong ones? This should be a blueprint that's blue. The lizard should certainly be a different colour than purple. Third one that's wrong will be one of the flags. So 2 of those flags are correct. 2 out of 12. None of them are red. Oh god, we're going to get into like a real logic puzzle here kind of thing, aren't we? Like a process of elimination logic puzzle. All right, I'm going to pause the recording and make a thing to start noting some of this stuff about the different areas on. All right, I've got a copy of the exam here. And can I highlight in any color I want? Barely. How do we not have an orange here? Right, well, we know what's in red. Red is the fire hydrant. We know that one. And the buggy, the cart, that's red. What other stuff do we know for sure? Give me a custom pen in blue. That's going to be the water and the blueprint. Then in green, we know we have the broccoli and maybe the lizard, but I'm not certain. I can't believe I can't pick any color. I have to have one of these. What's the closest to orange? Olive. If I just do that to indicate that this is the world's worst orange pumpkin. And then we've got purple for this. We can also start noting down, if I go to a black pen a second, we know we've got 1 purple, 2 reds, 1 orange, the 2 blues. We know that we've got 1 green. The banana will be yellow. So we can mark 1 yellow. What color do I think the lizard is if we go assess other people's work here? I really hope you could see what I was just scribbling on. Could you? If you couldn't, I'm so sorry. You could. Yeah, you're fine. That's just all red. They've got 2 out of 2. So we know none of the flags are red. Because the hydrant is red, the cart is red. So none of them are red. But we knew that. Each color is only used twice. They've used red 3 times. So orange and orange looks good. They've got 10 out of 12. So can we identify what's wrong? The lizard is not red. And one of the flags needs to be yellow. But if that's the case, we've got red and red. What's the other green thing? Is green the lizard? Why is everyone's favorite color red? They've got blue and blue, green and green, purple, purple, orange, orange, red, red, yellow, yellow. I reckon these guys, or this kid, RG, probably has 2 of the flags mixed up. Like, I can imagine a green lizard. I can imagine lots of other colors of lizard, but I can imagine a green lizard. Can't believe this is where my day is today so far. We've got lovely green lizard. So if that goes to black pen, we've got another green. So that leaves us with flags in yellow, orange, and purple. Can I specifically deduce enough out of these to know which one is which? Not red, we know that because we know the 3 other colors it has to be. We've got a big red flag here, but that doesn't really help me very much. Is there enough logic to do this? One of these 3 must be correct. This is wrong. Nothing here is... One of them is not... Did I say... No, the blueprint is the wrong color, yeah. Alright, I'm just going to leave that note as is right now and keep exploring. But we know at least 3 of these symbols have those 3 colors. So we'll keep working with that. Give me a hallway. I'm going to take the drawing room because we can get a gem from it in a minute when I fail to remember what the thing is, and we can do parlor room for gems, or we could do commissary for items and gem purchases. I can't do the commissary because I don't have a gem to spend on it. Coin purse is fine. Give me my 2 keys. Right, how complicated is this going to be? The statement matching this statement is true. The statement matching this statement is on a completely true box. The statement matching this statement is true. The statement matching this statement is on a box containing gems. The statement matching this statement is on a box containing gems. The statement matching this statement is on a completely true box. I don't know where to even begin with this, man. Well, we got unlucky. And I'm okay with this. We'll draw north. Oh, I should have gone and got the gem out of the thing. It's fine. I have to remember the combination to this safe and all. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of April or something. That'll do it. Also, interesting that this is written as 6, whereas the 8th one definitely has a sideways infinite 8 symbol, and I'm sure one of them had Roman numerals. Right, we can read that anytime, even though I said I was here to make loads of extra notes, but hey. Let's go down to the entrance hall, where things will be easier to draft. Another shot at parlor. Now here's the thing, if I can get this in one shot, I can go back and open the other one. Which is a guarantee, you know? A box with more than one false statement is empty. The black box is empty. A box with no true statements is empty. A box with only true statements is empty. The black box is empty. A box with a statement that is also on another box is empty. A box with a true statement is empty. A box with a false statement is empty. The white box is empty. A box with more than one false statement is empty. The black box is empty. A box with no true statements is empty. Honestly, I have no idea. Don't tell me it's the black box twice. God damn it. Brutal. Right. Grade 2 is very basic math. I don't think I need extra notes here. I think I'm comfortable with the very basic math. Is there anything else in this room? More red flags. There's a number around the edge of this board. Except it appears to just be out of cut paper pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so that's just not a clue. God, I hope that's not a clue. Attention, Mrs. Hannah Peterson. I just made a people page, didn't I? Or was that in, that was in the school classroom? I made that note, wasn't it? Hannah, a few false leads. I managed to track down one of the old textbooks from your list. The original compendium is in archival storage. Yeah, okay. Someone about hiding secrets in books. I feel like I'm doing a very bad job of taking down extra notes of the extra rooms. Order placed. A security card is lovely. I'm not going to read through all of the letters again. For sure. Especially not without a magnifying glass. Now, previously, I stopped and looked at all of these artworks for the purposes of brain. Why can't you engage today? Going through the tomb. But what room were we just looking at? The garden. I need a hold on. Alright, a nice little table. The items, names, and the numbers of the pictures on the walls. I was going to snip out all the art, but I think that's overkill. So, I need gems. I'm not getting them anywhere around here, but we can go north, that's fine. Well, we're not doing... Dennis, fine, we're not doing the attic right now as much as I wish we could. Is there a box? Yes, there's a box that I can smash with my sledgehammer. We get a garden key. That's fine. It's not what I really wanted, but it's fine. Right, anything else in this room worth noting? We know the art. We know the clocks. The clocks move all in time. We don't really need to remember the pawn there, and I think I have that noted elsewhere. Otherwise, it's 2 swans. This thing looks like it should open, but it never has. I think I'm easy not taking further notes about this. I think I'm going to take the storeroom for gems. Equally, is there anything in this room that I want to note? Obviously there's a pawn, there's this tiny model of the house, or a house. Lock and clock. Otherwise, there's just the picture of the blue... Is it a bird? Yeah. But like, I can definitely remember that's there. Rocking horse. Nothing else. Okay, we keep moving. We have the corridor and we have the entrance hall to move north off of. Do I think I get more gems back from this than I spend? No, let's just keep more doors open. Nothing there. Nothing here. Nothing on the table. We might get back more than we spend on this. Let's draft this while we're here. We'll use the secret garden key now. Oh look, fruit. I'm not going to eat the fruit in case we find the gym or something. We get the diamond back that we drafted for this room. That's fine. We can also re-roll in a real emergency. In here, they haven't updated it with the new stuff that we know about. There's the knight. There's the globes. Alright. I don't know what these things are about. I don't know if it's 1:30 like the other ones are, but I've never really understood what those are even supposed to be. Because it wouldn't make sense to put a clock there, but what do I know? I don't own a bunch of antique globes. We'll take the reading nook here because we can already get to the secret garden. Right, what did... there was something in here that I wanted to note. Over here, right? These things. If I find... 1 second. Right, in the book Realm and Rune, there are pages that describe... Oh, you can't see it all. I've zoomed it up too much. But there are pages that describe the different types of weather. And they have wavy for heat, lines for rain, jagged for stormy. And up on these blue glasses, there's a blue glass there that has jagged, which suggests jagged for stormy. And the red one kind of has like a sun-looking thing about it. And the other 3 bits of earthenware, or whatever they are, I don't really see patterns in. But I wonder if these are clues to like the colour of them, or the relationship between the colour of them and the patterns that they relate to in regards to the other things that we need. So I'm going to snip this. Computer, could you actually do the things I tell you to, please? I would be so grateful. I don't know about this like triple mountain looking symbol. I don't think that's one of the ones that is presented in like the moats or anything. Do we have one that looks like a sun? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. We don't have one of these off of the red that has 7 lines that I can tell. But it's definitely a note that I want to take. And where am I going to take it? In sigils? Down here somewhere? But yeah, so that's a thing. Don't know if it's a productive thing or not, but it's a thing, right? There's this thing that has never done anything in the history of its life, and I don't expect it to start now. And back here, no such luck. Okay, but yeah, I'm suspicious of that. Where are we? Foundation. A classic. Right, this is drafting south. I don't want to redraw the floor plans, but I do want to get more access, so I'll do dining room first. More steps later would also be very welcome. And then classroom here is fine. It's grade 4 when we get to geography, which is going to be the really interesting one. Grab our lunchbox. There's that symbol again. Anything else in this room? It's a lot of wine for a 14-year-old. I don't think the edge around the plate is something for us to concern ourselves with. Though that plate in particular looks more suspicious than the other ones, but I have to draw a line in my maximum thought process, don't I? Alright, we can get to the top one from the entrance hall, so we can draft this here. Here we have grade 4. This is going to be a lot of stuff. I'm also wondering if I might need another table or even a different kind of document, because the tables aren't great for mixing and matching stuff in. Geography worksheet. Identify each realm on the map below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 realms. Does the realm at the end of the game not have more? Hall pass. What was the thing about gems? Hallways drafted from adjoining hallways do not cost gems to draft. Right. So that's Fenaris. I wish I could draw on these. That would be great. Right. I can't put it off any longer. I need to do some geography study, don't I? So, let's take a shot of this. And I'm going to pull that over to my other monitor, but I trust you guys to remember the shape of the thing we're looking at. So, these don't necessarily have the symbols on. This has 7 symbols as well. Now I'm going mad because I'm sure there's 8 doors down in the basement. So that's throwing me for a loop. This has 46 on it. Spiral to the stars. How many stars do you think are here if I actually counted them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89 maybe. So we should definitely try and keep getting our observatory higher, I think, is valuable. Else I need to start figuring out some of these numbers, don't I? Or some of these names. Now, you presume that the symbols that they've selected are at least the correct ones. If not the correctly located, but the correct 7. I'm just wondering if perhaps I should go down to the basement first. Do we have anything I'm super attached to? Not really. If I take Lost and Found, I'd like to eat the lunchbox first. There's a watering can and a metal detector. I'd like to eat the lunchbox first before it takes it away from me. We are going to get through these steps pretty sharpish. There's the 10 eaten. Alright, well, while we're in here, enjoy my favourite graphical issue and plough onwards. And I want to see the symbols by, not the antechamber, but the other one, whatever it's called. The Sanctum? Is that what it's called? Come on, running speed, you can do it. Like, why put that gate there just to interrupt the player? I can understand this corridor being as long as it is for the geometry of things. Right. Okay. Do that while I'm here, just because. We might end up that far north, and we have a garden key. Now, we have 8 symbols, which is what I suspected. So, what am I going to do about this? Give me a second. Alright, I've made a table within my sigil page. This doesn't like sigil, but I'm sure it's not any of these other ones. And in each one, I've just taken an image and given it a nickname, but I haven't dictated that the nickname should be the thing because I don't want to prescribe a name that it might not be that thing. So, with that in mind, door number 1 is my so-said squished window, which is the one that we are given, basically, in other parts. Is it the one we're given? It's one I figured out for sure. So, let's recapture that, because we know it's correct. And add that to that page. And then, is there any other information we can glean from these? Are these flags black? That's the chimney sweep. Though this is not the chimney sweep. But that is the chimney sweep. So, hold on. These notes getting squished up is not helpful when I open things. Black flags? Question mark. 'Cause I'm not certain. And chimney sweep. We go back to Realm and Rune a second. If I come over here and look at that, and then come to Realm and Rune, we can see the moats for different industries. Metropolitan. Large city with a dense urban population center. I mean, having a train station would mean that, I guess. I would have otherwise guessed it would have been industrial. But I guess I'm... Does that say Reddington? Red... I'm not sure. It certainly says red there. But yeah, this could be... I feel like a city would look more like a city than this railroad track next to this guy. And also this one on the coin for that. But I don't know. I don't know indeed. I got to hear from a different spot, didn't I? Okay, black flag, chimney sweep. And what does he say in his note? Blackbridge Hotel and Spa. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order, what route, and where to start? Questions like these are ones I tend to ignore, as planning has never been my strong suit. Well then, in the true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan, and as it happens, the road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in realm as it is its name, and a story I feel closely connected to. In care of Anne Babbage, Reddington. Okay, so let's snip this whole thing. Put that in with the information from symbol 1. And then What can I gain from this stamp? Arinda Ares. Possibly the Queen with her staff, which would be in this. But I don't know if that's the same as the Angel, although they do have wings. So, give me this slash Scepter Angel? Question mark. Alright, I think that's most of what I'm getting out of this. That light is real bizarre. That doesn't seem correct, does it? That's a very bizarre effect. Okay. So that was room number 1. And then room number 2 is hexagon. We solved this as well. Sorry, pentagon. I do know that. Just going back to the other room a second. God, there's too many notes. Do I think this was trip stop number 1? I think it was. So, this still has a more Ajay box that I haven't done yet. When red tiles are pressed, all black tiles turn red. God, I shouldn't be starting my day with this, should I? Not that it's the start of my day. Alright, I'm not dealing with that right now. These guys have red flags. That's simple enough to see. Red flags. And is this... like, that looks more like a city to me. But this could mean war or something. I am actually writing this last postcard sitting at my desk at home. I suppose I should put forth the extra effort and drop it in the mail for consistency, but I am tempted to save the postmaster a trip, as it will just wind him up here again to join the other 7, which I am pleased to report all waiting for me as safe as in my desk, safe as can be. Flipping through them has reminded me of many friends I made and lessons learned along the way. As I look back, one truth shines brighter than others. Air travel is much better than sea travel. P.S. Remind Anne to replace the books I lost. The Grand City of Fen, the Royal Museum. So, this was trip stop 8. Even though he wrote it at home, that was where he finished. And again, if we come and look at this and get Realm and Rune, this one is presented in full in the book. So that's how we got to this. 4 rays. Roads, streets, carriages. The 4 rays here look like the crossroads of a map. And the little mountain moats. Martial, militaristic nation engaging in generation-spanning wars and heated arguments. Makes sense for the cannons. For completeness' sake, let's grab a copy of this and throw it in number 2. Good. Okay, so that's what I've got for that. I don't think I've solved any of the others, but it's not costing me steps to go and check them. So this is a great big no. Oh, I need to shave. My moustache is itching my face. This, we also have no real sense of. This one neither. They really hide the stuff just perfectly out of view, don't they? Basically, this whole thing is what we're working up to. There's the rainbow, which we've not done. And this guy, which we have not done. Okay. So, there's also this text, which is in their made-up language. Don't know what it says. Those 3 berries look like the computer chips from Blackbridge, which is interesting, but probably not that important. I need to get the power back onto that room up there again, because I missed something last time and I'm mad about it. Otherwise, I'm starting to feel like I can eventually put the pieces together. Obviously, I have some other notes from passports and fragments and bits and pieces to put together. You are not one of the angels, I believe. Lord knows if there is an angel or something down here to be observed among the junk and detritus. Does not seem to be at a first glance. Right, that takes us out back front of the building. Right now, we could go back to the entrance hall, but that's more distance than I think we care to travel right now. I can't remember what was over that edge that was so important. I remember on this side there is a document. There's this, which I don't really understand. And this we've read about the other bonus levers that were hidden around. That lets us fall softly. Right, back up. Yep. So then we got lost and found. Right. I came up here because I wanted to eat lunch first, and we've done that, so let's continue drafting southwards. Right, what has been taken from us? Our hall pass. I'm totally fine with that. Right, watering can. Metal detector. Is this the toy plane the kid threw out the window in that story from the bunk room? That's the image of the mountain out front in the fountain. There's this, which I've noted before, but can now do extra information on. And we have a statue of the cleaner, which is named Myla. So, angels, brush, Myla. Because it's not the hoe, it's not the chef peel, it's not the pitchfork, it's not the crop, and it's not the scepter. It's chess piece, lost and found. Anything else in this room? Does not seem to be. Should we assess this now? Problem with this is, right? Problem with this particular piece of sigil is that I don't know where it runs back to. So it would be a process of elimination of other things. Like, if it's wavy, I have the book. If it's wavy, it's used to indicate extreme heat. And the circles with 4 dots in is spiritual, an elevated reference for nature, animals, and forces that guide us. And on the outside edge is pink. It says pink, but this doesn't. It says pink just here off a frame, I'm very sorry. Around each sigil is adorned edge serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different colour. These borders always correspond to the banner of the national colours of that specific realm. So, a pink realm. So, what I can do is I can take the 3 colours that we know are present for the other areas, except I can't because I haven't been able to denote who gets what yet. But I have that piece of information, and I have the key to break it down, so that's okay. Courtyard for gems. If I do that, I then have to come back through Lost and Found and lose something else. Let's redraw. We can do a classroom and swing a left. Grade 5 is drawing. Oh, this is robot and root. Acorn and corn. Does this get any deeper than this? Because most of this is stuff I can understand now. Draw 2 things that share all but 1 letter in the name. Nothing in the desk. Art class. Tooth and 2. Wrong spelling. Cupcake. That's 10 steps right there. Yeah, so nothing to worry about with those. This has just holly leaves around the edges. This doesn't spell a word or something, does it? Stag. Pry. Flan or dessert. Car. Plane. Bride. Probably not, since none of those are vowels, I must imagine. Bedroom is already en route north. We don't have any gems. Green rooms do not cost gems to draft. Not that bothered. Take the bedroom. I was walked in here and I was sure it was going to be the boudoir, but no, it's the bedroom. There's the greetings from Reddington. West Wing Hall. A single gold coin. That is our last key. We have a lot of stuff, so workshop might be viable. Broken lever, sledgehammer, nothing. Compass, nothing. Coin purse and lucky rabbit's foot makes a lucky purse, and we can double all of our cash gains today. Does the sleeping mask ever get used? I don't think I've seen it be used for anything. Okay, we're going to have to go back through Lost and Found. Is a shame. That's just the boxes. Wouldn't it be amazing if there was like a tiny thing on the back that showed you where the gems were with just like a tiny nook or something? We lost our sleeping mask. That's fine. We're back in the geography classroom where I was, and then I got distracted by something, but I went downstairs to look at all the different areas, didn't I? So now it begs the question, how do we start assigning the symbols to stuff? If that's the North Pole, or the South Pole, this little island, is that further nuance? And then curving around, there's like a pokey bit. I don't know, man. These guys are all holding boxes. You've got the highest grade in this class. B minus, B minus. So you got 5 out of 7. And you got 5 out of 7. Which means there should be at least 3 that agree between these two, right? Like, this seems definitely correct. Because that is this, which we know is Arch-Eris. Isn't it? Oh god, we've been going an hour already. Oh, should I cut there and we can come back to this after I've poked it a bit? Perhaps. This is Fen-Eris, not Arch-Eris. Except Fen-Eris specifically isn't on the map, which is great. There's a great big lake, or a big opening for the Morning Bay. Oh, I'm so mad. I thought I was going to have such a good, productive day, and now my brain just can't. It's just turned to mush. We've been a bit productive, haven't we? A smidge. I am just going to plow on through for the day. And then perhaps on the weekend when I have some more brain space, I will dig into that some more. Because right now I'm just looking at it and my brain has just turned into a puddle. Right, we're going to go out front to get back to the front door. Is there any extra information down here? No, that's just about the boiler that I already understand. Right, back out front. Still got loads of steps. No gems though. I know this safe. It's December 8th. Number 2. Where we got an extra plan. Okay, let's go up to the secret garden. They steal a coin from me. That's the wrong way. I'll eat a piece of fruit. Oh, I should have been looking for green rooms this whole time with the watering can. You fool. I don't need that guy. I mean, I could open up the opposing side, but it's much of a muchness for me right now. Spare green room. Lets me do that with watering can. Grab another gem. We don't need utility closet for anything. Take the pantry. More money. I don't need a second workshop today. I don't want to spend on that. I don't suppose we have 8 of these yet, do we? No, we have 1. I'm going to have to redraw these then. Might as well do another classroom. Oh, God. This is the stuff that, again, my brain's just completely melted for right now. Who knows what kind of clues might be in here, you know? History is penned by the victors. 4 out of 6. The only color these guys have is red. Four. 3. Oh, we're out of keys. Okay, where can we go? North out of workshop. If it's unlocked. We can't dig. There's no shopping to do. Was this other classroom locked? Interesting that because I went down, there's no actual way to recall that from up here. I didn't come in this classroom because I didn't eat the fruit. But this basic science stuff is not a real concern for me. Break room. If you call it a day in the break room tomorrow, you will begin the day with a staff key card. Yeah, we should do this because it'll have keys in it, won't it? $19. Is this 1/3 of 18 for 6? This is 20 minus 10 is 10. Oh, jeez, man. This is... It can't be 1/3 of 10. $3.3 divided by the square root of 3 is 9. I have no idea what I'm looking at right now. $19.6 10. Did I decide it was 10? 19.6, 10. God. 19, 6, 10, 15. 19, 6, 10, 10 again. 19, 6, 10, 6 again. 19, 6, 10, 17. I'm so annoyed. I just don't understand what this is asking me. I can't add 1/3 of 10. Did something crash? The music stopped all of a sudden. $19, 6, 10, 14, 19, 6, 10, 9. I got no idea, dude. At least there wasn't one more after that. That would have been miserable. We are dreaded. It's finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness we inform you of the death of our benefactor. Any blah blah. Instructions are for the Baron Software community staff to vacate by November 6th. Effective the first week of December, payroll with live out and seasonal staff will be managed. Stay. 2 of the terminals will be found here. Any questions? Okay, well, we have keys now. Even if that was a ruddy nightmare. The armory, and we have lots of money. What's for sale today? Once per day, while drafting, you can equip the Knight's Shield to ignore the negative effects of a red room. Not right now. What is that? Self-igniting torch. Can light candles and ignite fuses. Man, if I had found that before the other guy, I would have been furious. I got no candles or fuses to light today. Can knock locks off of chests and trunks. Tomorrow morning gain 1 star. Yeah, I'll do that, because a star is a star, right? There goes a key. Boiler room. Is there something I want to coat check? Honestly, the lucky purse wouldn't be a bad one. But we'll do the archives and keep moving. Birth certificate. We've seen this symbol before. Mary S. Epson. This is a bunch of stuff, and this note we've seen before. Haven't seen a single security door yet. Garage. No garage. I'm going to do the laundry room because we're next to the boiler room. And if we can get power in here, we might be able to do something interesting with 56 coins. So now I have to try and get power in here, which is always a hoot. Well, this is open properly now, which is lovely. Is this like the final configuration that I should always want it in? Except that has to come over here for a second. Shoe shine. Service cost 5 will exchange all of your steps with all of your gems. This service costs 5 and will exchange all of your remaining stars with your allowance permanently. Costs 5 and will exchange all dice with all keys at a 1-to-1 rate. This service costs 5 and will exchange all of your remaining stars with your allowance permanently. So I could set my allowance to 54. Is that what we're saying? Rather than 45. That does not seem worth it. Because I also want to get the stars up to like 100. I was hoping I could just like dump the money into the stars. All of your steps with all of your gems. It's terrible because I'd have no steps left. I'd become knackered immediately. I can make tons of gems. I can make tons of keys. I can make tons of keys. Alright, that was not as useful as I'd hoped it might be. And that is locked. Am I going to have to do something? Alright, I now have 46 keys. No gems. Dinner is served. I have a shovel. I don't have a battery, is my problem, I think. A detector shovel. Have I ever made a detector shovel? Oh, hello. That's nice. The Trophy of Invention. In recognition of innovative craftsmanship, you have been awarded the Trophy of Innovation, creating all 8 contraptions in the workshop. Trophies earned will be permanently added to the trophy room. Greater chance of finding money and keys. Much greater chance of finding money and keys while digging. Alright, well, today was not a complete bust. Except I don't have any gems for this, so... What are you? You are a dead-end room, that's what you are. Yeah, somewhere in this story he says that he threw his aeroplane away. So that's why there's a toy aeroplane in Lost and Found, I guess. Hello. A random tripod. Camp Colonel. The Turtles of Vera, the Trinsdale Mystery. Alright, we're running thin on places to go now. If I could get back over to the... what's it called? It's a great question. Conference room that had a bunch of stuff in it. Great Hall is a huge shout while we've got 100 keys. What I'd really love to find, and I won't find right now, is the goddamn pump room. We didn't take the swimming pool, did we? And I don't mean the pump room, I mean the locker room. Because I could open all the lockers and dispel any notion that there was things I was missing in it. Is there still a chance we get in there? I can't remember. Alright, going this way. Redraw. Courtyard. Watering can. Gem. Smash that. What did that do? Can knock the locks off chests and trunks tomorrow, gain 1 star. Alright. Coins. A nail. Love a nail. Give me something T-junction-y. There you go. Right, we have access through there, don't we? We do. Conservatory. Digging. Smashing. God, we spent all that money and we still have tons of money. Gymnasium. You are rare now. Congratulations. Planetarium, I'm fine with standard. Break room, I'm fine with commonplace, though the puzzle is more annoying than ever. I don't even know what level of classroom we reached. 7. Oh, extra complicated math. Yeah, they've got like point numbers and stuff on them now. That's horrible. Alright, what I should probably do is find my list of rooms and find... what is this place called? Classroom? Yes, classroom, not a schoolhouse, isn't it? Even though there are a bunch of different ones of these. What I don't have is the actual specific answers, although... how is 9 out of 12 a C+? Like, that just seems like a very arbitrary number to pick. Honestly, should I even be looking at the sheets of the kids who did less good? It really doesn't help that they don't grade what questions are correct or not. I'll take a blank one as well for my records. Because apparently in classroom number 9, there is a final exam, so have that to look forward to. Is it just 3 answer sheets in this room? It is. Okay, is there any other where I can draft into? No, no there isn't. The outside room is a schoolhouse. So if we're going to end the day, we should end the day in the break room and start tomorrow with a staff key card. Abso-freaking-lutely. Well, I did some of the extra note-taking I had intended to do. How are we getting here? Courtyard, Great Hall, Boiler Room, Armory, Break Room. Did any of this stuff actually help? No, and no. So we end the day in here. Start tomorrow with a key card. Goodness gracious. Alright, well there's still so much more for me to dig into, but I'm making a good start, I think, with the angels, the math, the geography. I've got to go through my sheet with regards to the sigil page. Garden campus. With regards to the sigil page, I have these. And I don't know yet what other clues I might have to put stuff together out of these, but I'll work on it for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.